Hello, everyone. I am Louisa Jewell. We are recording today's session just so everybody is aware. But I want to welcome you all. Good afternoon. Welcome to the 5th Annual Canadian Workplace Wellbeing Awards. If you don't know who I am the president of the Canadian Positive Psychology Association. And today we are not just celebrating workplace well-being, we are celebrating a movement. At the CPPA, we have always been passionate about workplace well-being. So 5 years ago, we started the Canadian Workplace Wellbeing Awards. We wanted to shine a light on organizations that were bringing positive psychology to life and organizations that were focused on creating workplaces where people could thrive. We also wanted to learn from those organizations. And what we discovered was extraordinary. A growing community of leaders and champions across Canada who are equally passionate about creating workplaces where people can truly flourish. Each winner here today represents what's possible when organizations choose to lead with humanity. These leaders have shown us that well-being isn't just a program, it's a culture. It's how they listen, it's how they lead, and it's how they lift each other up. Today, we honor these winners. We honor their creativity, their persistence, and their belief that when people flourish, organizations do too. So before we continue, I'd like to take a moment to ground our celebration in gratitude and respect with a land acknowledgement. Now, we acknowledge the many Indigenous lands and unceded territories from which we are gathering across Canada today. Indigenous peoples have long held an integrated holistic approach to well-being, one that honors the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, social, and environmental dimensions of health. These ways of knowing, reflected in teachings such as the medicine wheel, remind us that true well-being is about balance, harmony, and connection to ourselves, to one another, and to the natural world. We are grateful for the opportunity to learn from these teachings as we continue our collective work to create workplaces where everyone can thrive. So, welcome everyone. I welcome the people who are here today to celebrate with us from Canada and around the world. It's wonderful to see you. Welcome to our committee members. Welcome to our CPPA leadership team. And welcome to our judges who are here today too. And I want to extend a very special welcome and heartfelt thank you, first of all, to our hallmark sponsor, the Canada Life Assurance Company and Workplace Strategies for Mental Health. Now, we were supposed to have Jill Magus here with us and from Canada Life, and unfortunately, she has fallen ill today. So we have Marianne Bayton, who's also a big part of today's ceremony, but who represents our hallmark sponsor. And I'd just like to say a few words in thanks because Marianne and Jill and Canada Life and Workplace Strategies for Mental Health have been such an integral part of these awards since the very beginning. And we are deeply grateful for our continued partnership. In fact, none of this would be taking place without their support. So your unwavering support year after year has made it possible for us to celebrate and elevate the incredible work being done across Canada to advance workplace well-being. We're so fortunate to have your organizational support, your belief in this mission, your genuine enthusiasm for recognizing the many leaders and teams who are creating healthier, more human workplaces across our country. From all of us at the CPPA and all of the winners, we thank you. So I'd like to ask Marianne Bayton to come on camera right now and say a few words.
Thanks a lot, Louisa. That was very kind of you. Now, my buddy Jill, she's on this call because she's like that. Doesn't matter if she's sick. She just didn't want to have a coughing fit and ruin this for all of you. So she's asked me to say her words for her. So, what she has written is Canada Life and Workplace Strategies for Mental Health are very honored to be the Hallmark sponsor. So this is really a mutual admiration society between CPPA and Canada Life. And it's the fourth consecutive year for them as the Canadian Work and Wellbeing Award sponsor. A big congratulations to all the winning workplaces who have implemented initiatives that help their employees to flourish. And they'd also like to say a big thank you to CPPA for championing these awards and to the committee and judges who volunteered their time. Workplace Strategies for Mental Health, which previously was the Great West Life Center for Mental Health, was created in 2007 by Canada Life. They offer evidence-based and peer-reviewed workshop materials, content, tools, and assessments free to all Canadians through their site. And they encourage you to leverage their free resources as you continue on your journey to create psychologically safe workplaces. If you have any questions, you can reach out. Jill will be on chat or using the Contact Us on the Workplace Strategies for Mental Health website. And she ends with congratulations again to all the winners. So back to you, Louisa.
Thank you so much, Marianne. Thank you to you and Jill again for being our Hallmark sponsor and for your support year after year. I also would like to thank our bronze sponsor, Maple Leaf Intelligence, and we experienced firsthand through their in-kind donation how data can be transformed into intelligence as we used their tools to support our winners' nominations to aid our decision-making and our performance. So thank you to Maple Leaf Intelligence, our bronze sponsor. Again, it is our sponsors that make these awards available, so they're a very important part of our partnership and our team. So let me go through the agenda and what we're going to be covering today. So we've already done our welcomes. I'm going to spend just a couple of minutes talking about what we've learned about workplace well-being from people who have been applying for many years. We've had a lot of learning, so we're going to share some of those highlights. We're then going to move on. I'm going to have Kim introduce our judges, Kim Rigdon, who is our co-chair this year, and the judging criteria. And then I'm going to turn it over to Marianne Bainton, who's going to be announcing the 2025 winners. And then hopefully we will have time. I think it's on the agenda, but we'll move to Q&A. So I'll move it back to Janet Emmett, who will be doing our Q&A with our winners, and we'll have some closing remarks. So sit back, relax. We've got a great agenda for you, and we're super excited to unveil our winners today. So let me start off by just introducing our CWWA team. So Kim Rigdon was our chair this year, and I have to tell you, being the chair of the Canadian Workplace Wellbeing Awards is a lot of work. It is dedication and devotion, and so Kim has done an incredible job at orchestrating this. It's not just the event, it is the entire process from beginning to end. Kim led the charge this year. Melanie Laflamme was our past chair and had done it for a couple of years before that. But Kim took charge this year, and we really have to say a big thank you to Kim for her work. And a big thank you to everybody on this slide here, Allison Arnott, who helped with the adjudication, and Janet Emmett, as you met earlier, who is the director. She coordinates the entire CWWA ceremony and what you're participating in today, which also takes a lot of coordination. Iris Mihala, our French translator, Kelly Price, who was our administrative support, Maria Rivera, who did our graphic design, Esme Rigdon Briscal, who does all of our marketing and communications, and Ali Sabrin, our treasurer. So thanks to everybody on the team for working tirelessly the entire year to make this all happen. So let me start off. I just want to highlight a few things with regards to what have we learned? Because when we started these awards, we didn't want to just celebrate the winners, but we also wanted to learn from the winners. And here's some of what we've been able to learn from the Canadian Workplace Wellbeing Awards and from the winners. And what are some of the common things that these companies that are at the height of learning and at the height of implementing well-being programs within their organization. And what we've seen over time is that the winners have moved from just starting off with benefits and programs to really operationalizing well-being in their organizations. And they've embedded it into culture. And here's some of the ways that they've been able to embed it into culture. Now, first of all, I'm just going to give you 5 years of learnings and some of the highlights, and then I'm going to give you a link, a QR code where you can download a 55-page report that takes you through all of the learnings. If you're really interested in that, you can, the next slide will show you the QR code, but for now, let me just go through some of the top highlights. I'll just give you 5 of the highlights of what we've learned. So first of all, number 1, 63% of winning applications reference using the Canadian standard. So if you're not familiar, Canada put out the Canadian standard for psychological health and safety several years ago. It's now being revised. In fact, Marianne Bainton leads a lot of that work in Canada. And so what we find is that a lot of the winners actually use that as a framework, or they might even use PERMA-V, which is another very popular model in positive psychology, as a framework. But a lot of these winners have a framework. They have a framework that then acts as a foundation for implementing well-being programs throughout the organization. So it's a very integrative, strategic approach. Also, number 2, a lot of these organizations make it easy to access support. So they have intranets. They also might have people who are leading well-being champions at local locations, especially if you think about an organization like BMO that has tens of thousands of employees. How do you spread the word of what is available and for employees? A lot of these organizations who are the winners have a central place where people can come and learn about all of these things. So it makes it easy also to sign up for support, whether that's online counseling that they need, or a yoga program, or practice, or events that are going on. Another thing that's very common with winners, number 3, is they all have robust programs for crisis response. So when people are struggling or are in trouble, but they also have very robust programs for prevention. A lot of companies, when they're just beginning their well-being journey, they kind of think about crisis, they kind of think about mental illness and what people need, and are not doing a lot on the prevention side. And what sets apart the winners from those companies is they do a lot for prevention, because they feel that people need to be filling their cup while they pour. That's a common saying that we hear from, especially from CORE, one of our winners. And so we find that these organizations that focus on prevention, actually, that really helps reduce their costs as well and keep people in a better space overall. 72% of winners were trained employees or managers in peer support or mental health literacy skills. So what's happening is a lot of this well-being learning and training is included in a lot of the standard leadership training that happens in these organizations. So it's embedded in the leadership training. So every leader has this training. So that's a very common thing that we see with our winners. And finally, the last highlight that I want to mention is that these organizations, they have a very strategic listening strategy. They measure, they measure, they measure. Now, not only that, not only do they have many different kinds of ways that they're listening to their employees, whether it's an annual engagement survey, pulse surveys, focus groups, ERGs where they're getting feedback, etc., stay interviews. So they're really listening. But what sets apart these organizations as well is that they come back with we heard what you said, and here's what we changed. So those loops are also embedded in what they do. And that's very important. A lot of organizations do surveys and then people never hear back. And so that's a very important piece. And that's really what sets apart these organizations, that they listen quite a bit and they also come back with, this is what we're doing to change. Okay, next slide. So here we again put together a 55-page report. And so if you want to learn more about a lot of these practices, you can scan this QR code and you can download this report for free right now if you want to do that. Okay, and now I am going to turn it over to Kim Rigdon, who is going to introduce our judges.
Hello, everyone. The CWWA judges do such a fantastic job. So I want to personally thank each and every one of them. It is an incredible amount of work put into a very, very short amount of time in the summer when everybody has all their summer plans. So Sylvie, John, Paula, Shelley, Maria Len, Sarah, and Marla, thank you for sharing your expertise with us and your feedback that's going to benefit the organizations that they'll receive soon, and for all of the work you do for us. Now we're going to be seeing 4 categories that have winners in them for the Canadian Workplace Wellbeing Awards. We have a non-profit or charity category, and then in the public and private sector, we have small organizations that's defined by 5 to 99 employees, medium organizations that is defined by 10 to 499 employees, and large organizations which are 500 plus employees. Here you see the criteria for the well-being excellence. What I want you to understand about these categories, they each represent such a great body of work, so much effort by each of the organizations to pull all of these well-being categories in and to create practices and interventions and policies and activities that cover well-being, positive psychology, innovation, psychological health and safety. And it's measured, as Louisa just mentioned, the impact measurements and outcomes, as well as a sense of ongoing commitment to improve time over time. So while there's just a short blurb about each one of these, they expand into programs that cover the entire organization. And I think I'll give it back to Louisa and Mary Ann for our next step.
Okay, thank you so much, Kim. Okay, and so I would like to just now have Mary Ann Bainton come on camera, and she's going to introduce she's going to announce all of our winners. She's got an exciting role here. But I just want to say a few words just about Mary Ann before she comes on camera, because Mary Ann for decades has really inspired leaders and organizations to create workplaces where people can thrive. And through her work with workplace strategies for mental health, she's helped transform how we think and talk about mental health at work. Mary Ann, thank you so much for being such an incredible supporter, sponsor, for your lifelong dedication to this work and your commitment to improving workplace well-being for all Canadians. So I hope everybody will welcome Mary Ann.
Thanks a lot, Louisa. It's just really, it is my honor to be part of this, because while we create resources that are free for everyone, and I personally do consulting with organizations. The winners of this are on the ground making a difference for people, and I am inspired by them and use that inspiration to create more that can be out there to help. And it's unfortunate that we can't share all of the brilliant strategies, because let me tell you, there is many of them, and all of them, they have to show that they actually have an impact. So they're not those feel-good kind of, flavor of the month approaches. They're things that are making a tangible difference, and I am very thrilled about that. But I'm going to be sharing at least a few of the things that each one has done. And then at the end, there's time for Q&A where you can ask the winners questions directly. So grab something to write with and stay online to the end, and you'll be able to benefit from the experiences. So we have them broken up into categories. And as you can see, the first category is the not-for-profit and charity sector. And our first winner is Canuck Place Children's Hospice. Canuck Place has earned this award 3 years in a row. And that commitment to not just get an award, put it up on the wall and say, okay, we did it, but to actually have this real sustainable commitment to employees is impressive. Canuck Place is North America's first freestanding children's hospice with 2 locations in Vancouver and Abbotsford, British Columbia. They deliver care that includes medical respite, pain and symptom management, art, music, and recreation therapy, end-of-life care, and grief, loss, and bereavement counseling, all at no cost to families. And of course, the work they do can take an emotional toll on staff. That's why Canuck Place extends its same compassionate philosophy for families to their own employees, with things like help texts for employee grief support and up to 15 weeks of paid bereavement leave for employees. They support emotional well-being in an incredibly demanding environment. Leaders and staff are also trained in trauma-informed care and compassion fatigue awareness, which helps make psychological safety part of their daily practice. And they don't just measure productivity, they measure kindness. They track employee respect, employee empathy, and well-being alongside operational outcomes, proving that empathy and excellence truly can coexist. The next winner in this category is Creative Options Regina. And for them, it's the 4th year in a row that they've earned this award. They're a charitable for impact organization, and as their name suggests, they're based in Regina, Saskatchewan. Their mission is to develop personalized support services for individuals experiencing disabilities. At the heart of their approach is gentle teaching. It's a philosophy that fosters unconditional acceptance and puts safety, love, and engagement at the heart of every relationship. Their core, which is the short form for Creative Options Regina, their core cares, inspiring wellness program, supports mental, physical, and emotional health with initiatives like virtual healthcare, local produce boxes, yoga, and even paid half days for personal well-being. And what really stands out is that they design their wellness strategy together with their employees. The programs evolve around continuous feedback and shared ownership, creating a workplace where everyone feels connected, cared for, and proud to contribute. Our next winner in the not-for-profit category is Kids Help Phone. And they're also a repeat winner. This is their 3rd year in a row. So this is important to understand. Every year that you are putting this effort in doing this, you are eligible to apply. So our Kids Help Phone is Canada's only 24/7 national e-mental health service, offering free, confidential, and multilingual support to help young people across the country to, as they say, feel out loud. Inside the organization, they live their "you matter" philosophy, ensuring that every employee feels valued, seen, and supported, just like the youth they serve. They lead with equity and compassion around gender affirming care, enhanced mental health benefits, and trauma informed workplace practices. And they make sure connection and appreciation shine through initiatives like Celebrate Out Loud and North Star Awards that recognize achievements and reinforce a culture of belonging and purpose. So now I'd like to invite all of the winners in the not-for-profit and charity category to come on screen, and they're going to share a few words with you about why workplace well-being matters to them, to their organization, and what they're solving for now. And we're going to start with Stephanie Fowler, who's the Director of People and Culture at Canuck Place. Stephanie?
Thank you, Marianne, for that beautiful introduction of Canuck Place Children's Hospice. And thank you to Canadian Positive Psychology Association, Canada Life and Workplace Strategies for Mental Health for bringing us all together in this space for the invaluable work that we're learning about. At Canuck Place, we provide compassionate care to children and their families, and we guide them through every moment and being with them every step of the way, even in those smallest of moments. So for us, by receiving this award, it validates our commitment to creating a supportive, inclusive environment where staff well-being and the care for our children and families go hand in hand. And some of the exciting things that Marianne highlighted we've been working on and I would like to talk about is our addition in 2025 in that wellbeing space was our help texts. So employees can sign up to receive a full year of clinically sound, discreet grief and mental health support. So that could be if they're grieving the death of a loved one or a pregnancy loss, death of a pet, or someone who has a terminal diagnosis. They can actually allocate up to 2 friends, colleagues, or families who will also receive texts on how best to support them so that they don't feel alone during those life challenges. Some other exciting things that we've been working on highlighted was our expanded partnership with Matern. And that's, we were the first cohort to launch in September there on our peri and perimenopause. And then finally, just to highlight another exciting space that we are working on was our focus on caregiving. So we're aware that employees do need to have that caregiver understanding and how they work with that in their personal lives. So we have had caregiver workshops, such as how to rock long caregiving, how to rock long distance caregiving. So families are often spread out across cities, states, and even countries. So what are the best strategies to support them? So those are just, like Marianne said, some very brief highlights of what Canuck Place is working on and what we're excited to bring into that space.
Thanks so much, Stephanie. Casey. So Casey Securis is the Employee Experience Advisor at Creative Options Regina, and he's there with Amanda. And Casey, do you want to say a few words?
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks, everyone. Thanks to the CWA and congrats to our fellow winners. Like we heard, at CORE, really guided by that philosophy of general teaching, which really emphasizes relationships built in companionship and community. And CORE's always had that belief that when you care for the caregiver, they'll in turn provide the best care for people we support and people we serve. So the most important factor in shaping all of our wellness programs and initiatives have been the voice of employees and really actively listening to really understand what's important to people and for people. So a lot of things get me excited, but I think the one that was great this year, we conducted team building trust activities with every single one of our teams. We built Amazing Race and like the Mole, citywide scavenger hunts, where, we created a lot of shared experiences and had a lot of fun, and then really had meaningful trust conversations, and really had some important discussions. So it really is a workplace that is person-centered, and we really try to create those meaningful ways for people to connect on a personal level. So we're very, very fortunate to be recognized today.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Casey and Amanda. And Sandra. Sandra's from Kids Help Phone. She's the Vice President of People and Culture there. And Sandra, do you want to share?
Yes, of course. Hello, everyone. So firstly, on behalf of Kids Helpful, thank you for this recognition. Employee well-being is very important to KHP because our people are at the heart of everything that we do. You can imagine that the work of our frontline staff and also of those across the organization is challenging and deeply impactful. So it's important for our staff to be in a positive work environment so they can deliver, exceptional support to the youth across Canada. This year, we're proud to have launched our You Matter HR strategy, which was delivered through listening sessions, surveys, employee interviews, and the strategy is built around 6 key pillars. One of those pillars is specific to well-being and our commitment to promoting and sustaining a culture of well-being. And the strategy outlines specific actions that we'll take over the next few years to support the pillar. So we're really, really proud of that because it encompasses the voice of all of our staff, and that they, what it is that they want to see across the organization, specifically related to employee well-being.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Now, I think that psychological health and safety and employee well-being is important at every organization, but your organizations ask and have a higher standard around psychological competencies, emotional demands of your people. And it's so reassuring to me that you put that protection in for them so that they can do their job well. And if I could just ask you to hold your awards up, and then everybody can celebrate. So congratulations to you. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll get on to the next category. And that is small, private or public sector. And this year's winner was actually our very first winner. And they've qualified for this award for 5 years in a row. And my hat is off to Sklar, Wilton, and Associates. Their stated purpose is to help others succeed, whether that's helping clients solve tough business problems or helping leaders be the best version of themselves. Their whole person development program supports employees across 4 areas: mental, physical, professional, and financial well-being, making growth and care part of everyday work life. After the passing of their founder, Luke Sklar, the team turned loss into legacy by creating Headway, a mental health movement that equips business leaders across Canada with tools to foster mental wellness in their own workplaces. And with unlimited vacation, flexible scheduling, and personal development plans, employees experience real trust and autonomy. They can even say that 100% of their staff say they feel cared for at work. I think that's amazing. I'd like now to invite Sydney De La Torre, the HR lead from Sklar, Wilton and Associates, to come on camera and to share a few words. Hi, Sydney.
Hi, thank you so much. Our team is incredibly proud and deeply grateful to be recognized by the CPPA for a 5th year in a row. At Sklar, Wilton and Associates, our purpose, like you mentioned, has always been to help others succeed. And we start with a workplace where our team can feel holistically well and supported. Workplace well-being is so critical to us because I think, like a lot of others, we know that we've hired amazing people and we want to see them thriving and doing their best so we can deliver on our mantra where we're all learning, growing, and having fun. And our partner team believes that that starts with feeling healthy in all areas of your life. So through team feedback and our engagement surveys, we're always working to find how we can help our team feel more mentally, physically, financially, and professionally supported at work. Last year, that included some team sessions on active listening to build mutual respect and psych safety. Our manager mental health training with Jordan Friesen, where we focused on empathy and had an empathy map tool. And we invited in guest speakers on well-being topics our team was interested in. So staying active with a busy lifestyle, menopause myths and management, the science of laughter, genealogy for health during the winter blues. And we also started a partnership with Enriched Academy, a Canadian financial wellness platform and team that has really helped us learn about how to create a stress-free retirement and really address some of the financial stresses that I think so many Canadians are feeling. So we're always reminding ourselves that well-being at work isn't a single program or team initiative. It's really a commitment to stay curious and keep learning and listening and evolving your workplace to stay better and support your people. This award makes us so proud of the things our team is doing every day to make Sklar Wilton a supportive workplace. And we're just so excited to keep learning from everyone and inspiring others to join that journey as well. So thank you to the CPPA for this recognition again and for creating an award that inspires companies and leaders. And to every swan behind this award, definitely a team effort.
Yeah, you said so many things, Sydney, but it's that continually having, feedback with the employees, seeing what else is needed and when, and obviously, if this wasn't supporting success, you would have given it up years ago. And so it's
Exactly.
just such a great message to others who are thinking, is it worth it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we can see that through, our retention and our team's health, and again, keeping everyone feeling happy and healthy so that they can deliver, what you saw in them and be their best. So hopefully others can see that that vision as well.
Well, congratulations to
Thank
you
you
and
so
to
much.
the entire team. Thank you very much.
Thank
Uh,
you.
okay, so moving on to the next category, which is medium private or public sector. And the winner in that category is Cantiro, who is a first-time winner this year. And they're a leading home builder operating in Alberta, British Columbia, and Ontario. They're creating sustainable, innovative, and high quality residential communities. Obviously, we need that. Their health, wellness, and safety committee led initiatives like Mindful Minutes, Mental Health Breakfast, and What's Your Why campaign, which connects personal purpose with collective well-being. They follow the national standard for psychological health and safety, and they provide mental health first aid training. They offer reset days to their employees and open dialogue sessions that help build trust and reduce stigma. And they also use data collected from their employees to measure the impact of their strategies. This has led to higher engagement and lower absenteeism, demonstrating that when people thrive, so does performance. And I'd now like to invite Nicole Linman, who is the Senior Organizational Health and Safety Advisor at Cantiro, to come on camera and share a few words. Hi, Nicole.
Hi. On behalf of everyone at Cantiro, I'm just truly honored to accept this Canadian Workplace Wellness Award for the medium private sector. As you had said, Marianne, we're a residential home builder, so this award means a great deal in our industry as it's not seemed to be known and focused on health and well-being in residential construction. So at Cantiro, wellness is more than just a benefit. It's echoed by one of our actual core values of doing the right thing. Over the past year, we focused on supporting that mental health, physical, emotional well-being of all of our people through those employee-driven initiatives that just go beyond our industry standards. So our Health, Wellness, and Safety Committee has led programs, like you said, our corporate fitness programs, yoga sessions, we have healthy snack partnerships, mindful minutes breaks, and these are all designed to reduce stress, build connection, and support well-being at every stage of life. Mental health has been a key focus for us with initiatives such as that mental health breakfast, mindful minutes, and increased access to wellness supports, showing that psychological safety is just as important as that physical safety. So this award really just belongs to our people, our commitment, care, and the belief that when we are all well, we thrive. So at Cantiro, well-being isn't a program, it's just who we are. So thank you. You can't see it.
That's beautiful, Nicole. And the pioneers like in the sector that are really going to pull everybody else along, because somebody had to stand up and say, okay, we're doing it, we are going to make a difference and prove that it's worthwhile. And now others can follow going, oh, okay, you did it, so I'll do it. So thank you for that. All right, the next category is large or public or private sector organization, and there is 9 winners in this category. So we're going to celebrate them in 2 different groups. The first group begins with the British Columbia Institute of Technology, or BCIT, and they're a first-time winner of this award. For over 60 years, BCIT has provided education that's flexible and relevant to help learners solve real-world industry challenges. With 5 campuses, over 300 programs, and more than 45,000 students every year, BCIT is truly a cornerstone of applied learning in BC. They promote a healthy and supportive workplace with initiatives that strengthen physical health, mental well-being, and psychological safety across all their employee groups. They empower staff through training in mental health literacy, wellness education, awareness, and resilience, all to help people access care and support when needed. Their approach is grounded in respect, reconciliation, and equity through collaboration with Indigenous partners and supporting employee-led initiatives that create belonging and a shared responsibility for community well-being. The next one, BGIS, is also a first-time winner. They are a technology-enabled, globally integrated facilities management company, that's a mouthful, focused on providing disruptive business solutions for their clients through a culture of caring, innovation, and high performance. And that is something we've seen. The more disruption, the more we need that. So thank you. Their approach to well-being is built right into their business, blending mental, physical, and emotional health into daily operations. And I think this is so critical. It can't just be a poster on a wall or a lunch and learn. It's got to be embedded in the way we interact every day. Through training, wellness events, and accessible resources, employees are encouraged to prioritize balance, safety, and personal growth. With strong leadership commitment to a people-first approach, BGIS has made well-being part of its identity, strengthening both individuals and the organization as a whole. It is a win-win. Next in this category, we have BMO, which is the 8th largest bank in total assets in North America. They serve 13 million customers across personal and commercial banking, global markets, and investment banking. BMO is now a 2-time winner of this award. Their wellness strategy has grown bigger, bolder, and broader, extending beyond HR and across 50,000 employees. They, through leadership involvement and enterprise engagement with all employees, create these approaches. Their first internal Foundations of Wellness conference brought together more than 150 employees for leadership storytelling on mental health, which always, when the leaders are vulnerable and share, it can make a huge difference. And sessions from TELUS Health, Headspace, and the Cleveland Clinic. With their 500-member Wellness Champions Network, which is supported by wellness centers, they've driven peer-led engagement. And they even reach beyond the workplace by providing Headspace access to family members of employees and hosting Gym Day, which connects wellness to participation within the community. Next is the city of Coquitlam, and they're also first-time winners. This is really encouraging to myself, and I know to the folks at CPPA, because it means that more people are really understanding the value and coming forward, not just to be recognized, but to be able to share and motivate and inspire others. So the city of Coquitlam is one of BC's fastest growing municipalities, serving a diverse population of over 150,000 residents and a thriving business community. They were recognized in 2024 as one of Canada's most livable cities, which means their population could double anytime soon. They're committed to fostering a safe, inclusive, and high-quality urban environment. The city's People First strategy puts psychological safety, inclusion, and respect at the heart of their culture. They support early intervention and a culture that normalizes conversations about mental wellness through training, education, and access to mental health resources. And they strengthen both the workforce and the community it serves through flexible work options and inclusive well-being practices. When employees thrive, the whole community benefits, and Coquitlam is proving just that. Thanks. The next winner, Imperial Oil Limited, is also a first-time winner. Congratulations. And since 1880, slightly before my time, Imperial has consistently demonstrated unwavering high standards. Their pioneering Canadian spirit, innovation, and leadership in the challenging energy industry has sustained them. At their remote Curl site, where temperatures can hit -50, wellness isn't a perk, it's survival. Their mental health and wellness strategy transformed an isolated workforce into a thriving community. And they did this through on-site counseling, massage therapy, and holistic wellness programs. These initiatives have reduced mental health incidents by 30%. And they report other benefits as well, including record low absenteeism, record high morale, and national recognition from Movember for excellence in men's health promotion. All of this was part of CURL's Health and Wellness Committee's cross-functional effort to make this well-being actionable rather than just aspirational. That's a group after my own heart. Let's make it practical. Let's make it do something. Their ongoing education, collaboration, and data-driven insights continue to build a psychologically safe, inclusive environment where every worker, no matter how far north their work takes them, feels valued, supported, and connected. All right. Next. That's all those in that category, and that is an impressive group of winners. What strikes me about them is the diversity of the sectors and the unique approaches that they have to meet the unique needs of their workforces. So I'd like them all to come online now, and I'm going to ask each leader to share a highlight about why workplace well-being is important to their organization and what might be different for them now. So we're going to begin with Dana Hurst, who's the Director of Wellness at BGIS. Hi, Dana.
Hi, thank you so much. And thank you to CPPA. On behalf of BJS, we are honored to accept this award. This recognition means so much to us, not just because of the award itself, but because of what it really represents. And it represents more than recognition. It affirms our commitment to creating a workplace where mental health is prioritized and psychological safety is the norm. At a time when well-being is more important than ever, we've worked hard to build a culture that really prioritizes mental health, connection, and purpose. This award is a reflection of the passion, the care, and the dedication of every person in our organization, from leadership to frontline teams, who've embraced the belief that well-being isn't a program, it's a way of working and living. And this award matters because mental well-being is really foundational to everything we do. Through our Blue Zone Building Mental Health Program, we've taken meaningful steps to break stigma, empower leaders, and provide accessible support for every team member. When our people feel safe and supported and heard, they thrive, and so does our organization. We're proud of the progress we've made, from certifying team members in mental health first aid and rolling out required mental health training to our people leaders, to using storytelling whenever we can, as well as introducing flexible policies and engaging in initiatives that support community resources like one of our other winners, Kids Help Phone. These efforts have led to measurable improvements in comfort levels, in resource usage, and overall psychological safety of our team members. What excites us the most is the journey ahead. We're inspired by the vision of having the healthiest team members in the world, and part of that is ensuring the work environment is a place where mental health conversations are normalized and asking for help is seen as a strength. This award fuels our passion to keep innovating, keep listening, and keep building a culture of care and resilience. Thank you for recognizing our commitment to well-being.
Thanks, Dana. Congratulations. Next, we'll go to Heather Thomas, who's the Benefits and Wellness Advisor at BCIT, the British Columbia Institute of Technology. Hi, Heather.
Thanks, Marianne. On behalf of BCIT, I'm honored to accept this Canadian Workplace Wellbeing Award. This recognition reflects our deep commitment to fostering a caring, inclusive, and resilient workforce, values that we embedded into our people vision and championed across all levels of our institution. At BCIT, wellness is not just a program, it's a shared responsibility and a lived experience. Through our Wellness Works program, we've introduced initiatives such as the Employee Wellness Toolkit, monthly wellness calendars, and workshops covering a wide range of topics from mental health and psychological hygiene to financial literacy and time management. Creative initiatives like our Wellness Works Bingo have made wellness engaging and accessible for all. We've always placed a strong emphasis on mental health education, ensuring our employees are equipped to navigate an ever-evolving landscape. We are especially proud of our wellness champions, whose energy and empathy continue to inspire their peers. Equally, we celebrate the agility of our wellness programming, which has expanded to address emerging and relevant topics such as burnout prevention, menopause awareness, and additional mental health focused initiatives reflecting the diverse and evolving needs of our workforce. I'd like to thank our executive leadership for making wellness a strategic priority and to extend a heartfelt appreciation to our dedicated employee wellness services team and the passionate members of our Wellness Champion Network. Your efforts have helped embed wellness into our culture and reach employees across all campuses. This award is a celebration of our collective efforts. It affirms that when we prioritize wellness, we build a stronger, more connected BCIT community. Thank you so much for this honor.
Thanks a lot, Heather, and congratulations. All right, one more, Heather. So we'll go to Heather Eskaravich from, she's a Wellness and Retention Advisor for the City of Coquitlam. Heather?
A big thank you so much to the Canadian Positive Psychology Association and Workplace Strategies for Mental Health, Compliments of Canada Life, for this amazing recognition of the work we're doing right now at the City of Coquitlam. Here, our workplace culture reflects our commitment to accountability, equity, and continuous improvement. And our commitment to employee health and wellness extends beyond traditional benefits, and we offer a wide range of initiatives that reflect the diverse needs of our workforce. Because as an organization, we strive to foster safety, inclusivity, and belonging by treating people equitably and celebrating the diversity we have here, which means meeting staff where they are. We support innovation, and we're committed to meaningful relationships both internally and externally. One way that our organization aims to do this is through our leadership commitment. Change comes from the top down, so by ensuring our leaders are informed and following practices to foster a psychologically healthy and safe environment is key. This year, we've been able to deliver a variety of psychological health and safety training sessions aimed at leaders as well as all staff groups. We've also been able to grow our Mental Wellness Champions program and expand our very popular staff social clubs, which are led by volunteer club leaders. Guided by staff input and a focus on continuous improvement, we try to weave wellness programming throughout the organization. I am incredibly proud of the work we continue to do and the positive impact these programs have. The City of Coquitlam remains committed to leading by example in municipal wellness, ensuring our workplace is one where everyone can flourish. Our goal is to have a well-rounded, accessible workplace wellness program that can serve our staff as well as benefit the community and continue to benefit from the input and expertise of our peers in the industry. Noting this, being recognized by the Canadian Positive Psychology Association for our work in this area with such an amazing group of winners here today is such an honor. So again, thank you so much for this award.
Thanks, Heather. You know, when I get asked, well, do you know someone in this sector who's doing it well? I say, go look at the winners of the Canadian Workplace Wellbeing Awards. They're the ones that are doing it and they have the evidence to show it. All right, next we're going to have Amy and company here. So Amy Squire is the Senior Manager of Enterprise Wellness at BMO. And Amy, if you want to introduce your buddies there, that would be great.
Part of our enterprise wellness team with us today. So we have Meg Wood joining us and Vincent Kumar. On the line, we have Mateo Casio and Stacey Hom, as well as we have some wellness champions that dialed in. So we're very grateful for everyone joining here today. But on behalf of BMO, I'm so honored and deeply grateful to accept this award, recognizing our commitment to workplace well-being. The recognition is a testament to our passion, dedication, and truly the heart of not only our wellness team, but our wellness champions, and of course, the thousands of employees across our footprint at BMO that continue to show up for themselves and for each other every day. So at BMO, we believe that wellness is not just a moment in time. It's definitely a personal journey, but it's really a movement. And in 2025, we stated our strategy to be bigger, bolder, and broader. And this really reflects our ambition to push boundaries, reach every corner of our workforce. We are in all different locations globally, and really create a culture where well-being is not just encouraged, but truly celebrated. So from our first ever Foundations of Wellness conference that we mentioned earlier, our grassroots advocacy networks, such as our wellness champions, our expanding digital and physical wellness offerings, we've really worked hard to make wellness accessible, inclusive, and deeply human. So this award is not just recognition for what we've done, but it also helps fuel what's going to come next. So we remain committed to evolving our program, listening to our people and to our workforce, and really leading with empathy and authenticity, because we know when our employees thrive, so does our organization in general. And even our communities that we serve. So just want to take a moment to thank the Canadian Workplace Wellbeing Awards and the CPPA. Thank you so much for this recognition. And thank you to all the BMO employees that continue to make wellness a priority. And this is an award for all of us. So anyone wants to come by and say hi, we're in the Wellness Center. But we're going to keep pushing on, growing the good, not only in business, but in life as well. So thank you for this.
That's beautiful. Thank you very much, Amy. And last but certainly not least is Ty. Is it Tyler or Ty? Just Ty.
Nice and simple, easy and Ty. Yeah,
Good.
you
The
know, my parents
filter
must have thought I
from
was gonna be.
Imperial Oil.
Yeah.
And Ty is the safety advisor at Imperial Oil.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here today representing, on behalf of my team to accept this award. It's a pleasure to be here and be surrounded by so many great folks that are sharing a passion in the mental health and wellness. I'd like to start just by thanking the Canadian Positive Psychological Association and all the sponsors that made it possible to be here for the award, and congratulate all the other recipients, volunteers, judges, and everyone else who applied this year as well. For those of you not too familiar with our Carl asset, it's a remote oil sand facility located 80 kilometers north of Fort McMurray. So as Marianne mentioned, it can get below -50, so it's quite cold. But of course, it also shares some really unique challenges that come with it. We have over 2,000 people that leave behind their families and their homes for 2 weeks at a time, if not more. And they operate 12-hour shifts, rotating days and nights, 24/7, 365 days a year. So that comes with a very unique set of challenges, both in the mental health and well-being factor. And as you can imagine, it's not as easy to, leave to go get resources at our site. Our closest town is a 2-hour drive one way. So it's a little tough to explain to the supervisor. I went on lunch break and it took all day. So we don't quite have the same resources that a lot of people do. So I think we quickly realized that if we couldn't get our workforce to the resources, was there a way we could bring the resources to our workplace? And through this initiative and through the team and the committee and the help of everyone at Curl, we were able to make a case to bring on-site counseling free of charge to all our workforce, as well as on-site massage therapy that has seen high utilization rates, that has really broken down the stigma around mental health. It's really improved our well-being. As mentioned, we had a lot of stats this year that I won't get too much into it, but we did see significant reductions in our mental health incidences, decreases in hours lost, and our lowest reports of absenteeism. So it's really nice to see steady results, which is very tough to sometimes quantify and qualify in a business-driven environment. And you're always asked, where's your ROIs on mental health? We now actually have stats to prove it, which is very nice. And then the business is easy to get behind, and it's easier to get your upper management up and talking. And if you couldn't tell from my mustache, I know it's just as bad in person, trust me. But we are proud supporters of Movember, which is now the time with mental health, with men's mental health and men's prostate cancer. So we're here to, of course, try again. Last year, we were able to raise $130,000 through our oil rig rumble. Again, continuing that through this year. So yeah, really proud of the team, really proud of everyone's efforts here. And this is really nice to receive some recognition. I think everyone can attest that mental health is one of those things that unfortunately goes unrecognized and unnoticed oftentimes. So to be able to present this and show to our team that our efforts, it took about 4 or 5 years for us to get good data, good usage, and see these kind of stats. And we're going to just continue to use this momentum from the award. So yeah, thank you everyone, and a big congratulations to our curl team and everyone at Imperial Oil.
Thank you so much, Ty. I'm really glad that women aren't supposed to grow our mustaches during Movember, but I'm so glad that you do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you to everyone in this group. What I notice, and you can hold your awards up. What I notice is that you all have multiple different audiences that you also have to care about. And so your programs have to consider, are they frontline workers? Are they management? Are they remote? Are they here? And I really commend you for that continual improvement and really looking and searching, because we'll never get it perfect. That's just the reality of it. But the fact that you continue to strive for it is what impresses me. So thank you very much. All right, we'll go to the next group. Also in the large or public or private sector category, and we're going to start with Metrolinx, who have now won for the second year in a row. So Metrolinx was created by the government of Ontario to coordinate and integrate all modes of transportation in the Greater Toronto and Hamilton area. The mission at Metrolinx is to champion, develop, and implement an integrated transportation system that enhances prosperity, sustainability, and the quality of life. Their proactive wellness strategy includes flexible work, comprehensive programs, and inclusive cultural initiatives. They focus on mental, physical, and personal well-being to help every employee feel valued, seen, and supported. Again, that's continual work, right? That we're trying to do that for every employee. It's not easy work, but it's clear what we need to do. They offer programs like The Working Mind, Not Myself Today, and Healthy Minds to open a dialogue about mental health and to help build resilience so that employees are more likely to access timely support when it's needed most. With leadership commitment and data to back up what they do, their engagement and well-being scores continue to rise. Metrolinx proves that when employees thrive, so does the region they serve. This is a theme that seems to be, why not make it a win-win for the organization, the community, and the individuals? The next winner in this category is Sodexo Canada, a global leader in food and facilities management and a first-time winner this year. They live with purpose by elevating inclusion, safety, and well-being across their diverse 6,000 person workforce in Canada. Their 3 pillars are trans inclusion, mental health support, and gender-based violence prevention. They turn values into visible action. They've introduced gender affirmation coverage and a transitioning at work guide, setting a new benchmark for equity and respect. And with a workforce spanning languages, cultures, and geographies, Sodexo helps every employee access care that fits their needs. They have mental health councils and localized safety programs. They're building a safer, more compassionate workplace, one person at a time. So congratulations. The next first-time winner is the Toronto Police Service, Canada's largest municipal police force. They have 1/3 civilian employees and 2/3 sworn members. The communities, the Toronto Police Service is dedicated to delivering police services in partnership with their numerous communities to keep Toronto the best and safest place to be. The Chief's Well-Being Program redefines policing culture by placing mental health at the core of service excellence. Personally led by Chief Myron Demkew, it gives every new officer the tools and courage to build lifelong resilience. And they've created a model for police well-being in partnership with psychologists and wellness experts. It's a 4-step program that blends evidence-based training with one-on-one support. I was talking to one police officer who said, a long-term police officer who said, I wish this existed when I started. With mental health leadership roles, dedicated training, and data-driven strategy, Toronto Police Service is proving that compassion and courage go hand in hand, keeping both communities and officers safe. So thank you for all you're doing. And last but not least in this category is TransLink, and it's their 3rd consecutive year of being recognized. As Metro Toronto's transportation authority, they plan, finance, and operate the region's entire network, meeting the needs of communities now and into the future. Their psychological health and safety program aligns with the national standard for psychological health and safety in the workplace, making mental well-being a shared responsibility across all departments and leadership levels. Using Gallup's Q12 surveys and a strong employee listening strategy, they gather insights to strengthen connection, belonging, and psychological safety across their 8,000-person workforce. And with a 25-year wellness legacy and ongoing recognition as one of BC's top employers, TransLink continues to show that organizational success and employee well-being truly move forward together. So congratulations to all of you. Come on camera and unmute yourself. And we're going to start with Debbie Afseni, who's the VP HR Operations with Metrolink. When we get her up here.
Just click. There.
Hello.
She's hiding.
Can you see?
Can you hear it?
Nope. Okay.
Can you see us?
Yes, now we can, Debbie. See you there. We see all of you.
All right. So thank you so much for this incredible honor. It's quite a privilege for us to accept this wellness award on behalf of Metrolinx for our 2nd year in a row. This award would not be possible without the hard work that our small but mighty team does day to day, and they truly deserve this award. I want to start out by also thanking the organizers of this event. Having a recognition program that is focused on wellness programming really highlights the value it brings to the workplace and overall culture for organizations. It's also a huge congratulations I'd like to send out to all of the other winners in all categories. And here at Metrolinx, well-being isn't just about our programs. It's how we build trust and resiliency and a culture where people feel supported and can bring their best selves to work. Our journey started in about 2021 when we launched our very first wellness and mental health strategy. But we wanted to keep going. And in 2024, we evolved our strategy to be more holistic approach to overall health, including physical, mental, and personal well-being. Since then, we have seen marked improvements in our employee engagement results. We've seen a reduction in our mental health related work-related absences and an increase in participation in all of our wellness programming across the board. With our renewed multi-year strategy, one of our key areas of focus is psychological safety in the workplace. We're aligning ourselves to the national standard on psychological health and safety to create a more supportive and resilient work environment. I am really excited about learning more about how we can support our employees as we reach out to them with one of our first surveys ever. By taking this proactive approach to identify and address workplace factors that impact mental health as part of our continued commitment to supporting our employees. This award is a testament to our dedication and hard work of so many of us across our organization, including leadership support. I'm so proud of my team's efforts as we continue to see them show up, listen to our employees, build a workplace where well-being is really encouraged. They are a huge part of making that happen here at Metrolinx. And thank you again for recognizing the hard work behind our well-being journey.
That's great. Thanks, Debbie. You mentioned the national standard, and right now it's out for public review. And I'd really like to encourage all of you who use it to go to the Canadian Standards Association and do review, because your input will be considered and used in the development of the update. So thank you very much. Next we have Marie Agnes Mazas. Did I say that right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine.
Great. Vice President and HR with Sodexo in Canada. So welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, and congrats to all our fellow winners. We are really inspired by all the initiatives shared today, and that will help us continue to strive, I think, all of us. We're delighted to receive this award, recognizing our unwavering commitment to employee well-being as well. This achievement highlights our collective efforts to support a diverse, decentralized, and sometimes isolated workforce as well. I'm incredibly proud of what we've accomplished together as a people business. Taking care of our employees at Sodexo ultimately means taking care of our clients and consumers. And hopefully that's a virtuous cycle. The initiative we've launched and sustained showcase our commitments to safety, inclusion, and wellness in meaningful and measurable ways. I'm proud of the collective efforts towards our employee well-being, the positive impact, and how at Sodexo, hopefully we're setting new standards in our industry across Canada as well. We'll continue to build on this momentum and really strive to even greater achievement in the future. So thanks to all for inspiring us today as well.
Oh, thank you very much. Next, we'll have Lanny Schachter-Snipper, the Unit Commander and Mental Health and Wellbeing Lead with Toronto Police Service.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm truly honored to accept a Canadian Workplace Wellbeing Award for the Chiefs Wellbeing Program. I'm proud to accept this on behalf of the visionary leaders and frontline heroes who make a program like this possible. And at risk of going off script just for a moment, which I often do, but I will keep it to 2 minutes, I do want to say that I've been in this field a really long time, and we are first-time winners, so I've not been to an event like this. And I'm just so encouraged, quite shocked actually, at just the programming, the people. I feel so motivated and just really excited to hopefully make some new partnerships, meet new people, and just it's just amazing how far we've come in the area of workplace well-being. So I will get back on script now. Thank you for allowing that. So today we're being honored for the Chiefs Wellbeing Program, which is one of many programs that we run, wellbeing programs that we run at the TPS. And this recognition is deeply meaningful to the Toronto Police Service, TPS for short, because it really acknowledges the efforts we make to create a culture where well-being isn't treated as a nice to have, but rather as the foundation of the work that we do and the support and how we support each other every day. Workplace well-being is about creating an environment where people feel valued, supported, and are able to bring their best selves to work. And for the Toronto Police Service, that commitment begins when our members are cadets on day one and continues throughout their careers and beyond. The Toronto Police Service is unique in many ways. We can all say that about our workplace, and I will say it about ours too. We're a high-profile paramilitary organization. We're spread across a large and diverse city, and many of our members are exposed to events and situations that most of us won't experience even once in our lives. I come from the civilian side of the house. These realities challenge us to think differently about workplace well-being. We have to be innovative, we have to be compassionate and assertive in our commitment to well-being, and it truly takes an all hands on deck approach across every rank and role at the TPS. So for today, I want to give a special shout out to the people who make this program come alive, and I'm so pleased to see a few of them on the call today. Thank you for coming. I'll start with our frontline wellbeing specialists of the wellness unit who meet with hundreds, and I just want to put a number out there, up to 700, sometimes more cadets individually every year to guide them through resources and practices that can help keep them healthy and safe as they enter into the policing profession and interact with our community members. I also want to acknowledge the fearless and forward-thinking leaders in the Office of the Chief, one of them is here today, and people in culture at TPS who have trusted our team to build and deploy this program. And finally, I want to acknowledge Police Chief Myron Demkew, who really is the beating heart of this program. He's a fierce well-being champion. He's dedicated, he has been from day one, dedicated to improving trust and transparency at the organization. As part of the Chief's Wellbeing Program, he meets with all cadets, every single one, to share his personal journey and to discuss the importance of well-being and policing. And he hasn't missed one of these sessions since 2022. And that is noteworthy because, as you can imagine, his days are stacked. He's very, very busy. And he sometimes does decline meetings that just don't fit into the day. And not once since I've worked with him on this program has he ever said, I can't come meet with the cadets. In an organization like the TPS, this kind of leadership, personal, vulnerable, and genuine, sets the tone for everything we do. Thank you again for this honor and for honoring those of us at TPS who make well-being a priority every single day.
Oh, that's great, Lenny. And you will really enjoy the follow-up winners webinars that Louisa hosts, where you can really learn from and get support from others. It's an amazing thing. All right, let's go to TransLink. And we've got Catherine Wilcox, who's the manager. I hope you weren't wearing high heels standing there all that time. Good on you. All right, Catherine, take it away.
Thank you so much, Marianne. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. Welcome to our watch party for the Canadian Workplace Wellbeing Awards 2025. I just wanted to start by acknowledging that we are assembled here today on the unceded and ancestral homelands of the Halkah Malem-speaking peoples. This includes the Canuck First Nation, as well as the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations as well. I just hold up my hands in respect and gratitude, Haichka, for being able to gather here today on these unsurrendered lands and to do much of our work from these territories as well. It's a really important reminder for all of us here to remember that the wellness of our Indigenous communities, the wellness of the land, is so incredibly critical to our collective wellness. And I know in our programming, we continuously and imperfectly strive to acknowledge the importance of access to land, culture, healing traditions of our Indigenous employees. And this is a journey that we continue on with in perpetuity as we continue to improve and grow in this area. So you can see I'm assembled here today with a team of incredibly dedicated, hard-working people. Today, there are also people that are not able to make it, not assembled with us here, that I would include in this remarkable team of people that care so deeply about employee well-being, safety, and belonging. One of the things that we do at TransLink, and we are the multimodal transportation network for the South Coast of British Columbia, we have such an important mandate to connect people with the people they love, the places they love, to get them to work, to get them to the services that they need. When we have large-scale events, such as we'll have this year in the Lower Mainland, the FIFA World Cup, it's really our people across our operating companies, that get people where they need to be. And so we need to do this work together, and that's something I'm incredibly proud to say our enterprise does very well when it comes to workplace well-being. So I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge our operating companies. We work together, across operating companies in our psychological health and safety management system and in this work of well-being. So sincere thanks to Coast Mountain Bus Company, BC Rapid Transit Company, the Metro Vancouver Transit Police, and TransLink Corporate for again working in concert to deliver on our mission. And one of the things as well at TransLink Enterprise we do really well is understanding that shared responsibility for well-being. And so I wanted to just take a moment to really recognize the many teams that support this work. And that includes our people and culture teams, our safety and emergency management teams, our occupational health and wellness teams. As well, our equity, diversity, and inclusion departments and employee resource groups, across our operating companies contribute significantly to this work, as does our Indigenous relations team. We partner with labor in upholding employee well-being. So thank you to all of our labor partners. And to our peer support and diffuser groups for critical incident stress management teams and special events committees as well. Many of us in this room, have as part of our role description supporting employee well-being, but our system and our programs are really upheld, by people that care and raise their hand to provide things like peer support. And they raise their hand to participate in our employee resource groups or to, clean up and take down our special events. And they do that because they care deeply and uphold our system. So again, just really want to extend my thanks to this incredible team of people and everyone that could not join us in person today to accept this award. This is our third award win, and so I just wanted to also highlight the pride that I hold in continuing to be upheld as an enterprise, as a well-being leader. One of the things we were asked to do this year was to really demonstrate how we continue to innovate our programming, how we continue to act, when we do listen and obtain that employee feedback and those ideas about what's working well and what's not working well and what needs to be improved, that we've continued to integrate those learnings into our programming as part of continuous quality improvement. So again, just want to say thank you, everybody. Thank you to the Canadian Positive Psychology Association and to the CWWA for all of your labor and for creating a sense of shared community around this work as well, so that we can all continue to learn from one another and uplift one another in this time of human history where it can be very challenging to be a human alive on this planet at this time. So, congratulations, everyone, and thank you again.
Thank you, Catherine. So thank you, everyone. If all the winners could come on now, come on camera and unmute. I'm going to just ask you all to join me in a round of applause for all the people who are making a difference for working Canadians across the country. And I'm going to pass it over to Louisa Jewell now. Louisa, there. Oh.
I am applauding.
Hey, you're applauding. Okay.
Yes.
That's good.
Oh my goodness. Wow, wow, wow. I read all of the applications every year, but hearing it from our winners and hearing all the incredible work you're doing and seeing the other team members as well here today who I know that all of you have big teams behind you. Hearing things, there's no way when I first started with, working in the working world that we'd be talking about menopause, and to hear the so many of you mention menopause programs, but also scheduling fun and joy and your listening strategies. I love the addition of financial strategies and wellness, which is really top of mind for people, and bringing in the very, very people at the top who are talking about wellness. It is so inspiring. So congratulations. We just had the picture up with all of our winners, but congratulations once again to all of our winners. I think it's just such a huge accomplishment. So we don't have time for a formal Q&A. If you have some questions, you can put them in the chat. We can see if we can answer. But I just want to say that you should be on our mailing list if you're here today. We'll be sure to send you more information. We're going to be doing some in-depth interviews with all of the winners, and which we ask a lot of really interesting questions, and you'll learn so much more about how they actually do this and how they actually become a winner. And so for anybody who's on the call today who is curious about the awards, who's interested, or if you know of an organization that's doing excellent work, we hope you will think about, will it be your turn in 2026? And so I encourage you, I'm just going to put a link in the chat as well. This is our link to join the CPPA. You know, we would love to see you become a member if you're interested. Just because we want more and more people as part of our community to be doing this kind of work, to be doing this kind of work together and learning together and encouraging and inspiring each other together. So thank you to everyone who is on the call today. Just want to say a final few words as we close up. So as we close, I just want to take a moment to reflect on everything that we've witnessed today. We've heard stories of courage and creativity and care, stories that remind us when organizations lead with humanity, extraordinary things happen. You've shown that workplace well-being, again, is not a program, it's a culture. It's one that helps people and organizations truly flourish. And to all of our winners and honorees, congratulations. You're setting the standard for what is possible in Canada, and you're inspiring others to follow and lead. A heartfelt thank you again to our hallmark sponsor, the Canada Life Assurance Company and Workplace Strategies for Mental Health, again for your unwavering support and a belief in this mission, and to our bronze sponsor, Maple Leaf Intelligence, thank you. And to everyone who helped make today possible, our incredible judges, all of our volunteers on the committee, our entire CPPA leadership team, for all the people in our community. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your heart. Together, we are building a national movement that is changing the landscape of work in Canada, one caring, courageous organization at a time. So congratulations again to all of our winners, and thank you for being part of this inspiring celebration, everyone.